Hi, welcome to another edition of the Weekly Wrap, the program where we talk about current events and news nuggets mined from the daily newspapers and weekly newspapers. And it's after 4th of July. Whew, time to start enjoying summer. And you know, there's a lot of mirthful things going on outside in the Arts and Cultural District in Greater Lynn. And we got a guest today that's kind of going to talk about that a little bit. Who knows more about local music and arts and culture than David Simmons?
Thanks, Calvin.
Welcome to the show. Now, David, people know you because you're always showing up at all the events, putting together the technical aspects, etc. You're also an accomplished songwriter in your own right.
I'm a songwriter.
Well, I think you're accomplished.
Okay, thank you.
What do you do for a day job?
I do not have a day job. I retired from the Postal Service 4 years ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I highly recommend retirement.
Wow, I consider myself semi-retired. So that gives you more time to devote to your private life and, as far as I know, your community as well.
Right.
You're one of those little unsung heroes around town that's always there, quietly efficient, but without you, we'd miss you.
Try to keep busy.
All right. So we're going to close the show with an original song, but in the meantime, we're going to talk a little bit about what we're here for, talking about some of the news nuggets torn from the headlines. So I'm starting with last Friday's, just for chronological order. Page one, there was an interesting story about a woman who was taking a cab ride and got into a collision. It wasn't her fault. The other car hit the cab, but
She was probably reading the newspaper upside down.
well, thank you, Hawkeye. Good thing we don't edit this, because people wouldn't know I went to the school for the gifted. Anyway, yes, the woman went for a taxi ride, was hit in a collision. All kinds of stuff happened, but nobody was hurt. But it just shows that be aware. And people have been noticing the North Shore Community College new building, the addition, I guess, to the Tom McGee building, is taking shape. The landscaping is going in. It's changing that whole look down there. They moved their sculpture to a new location that can actually be seen better now.
The book sculpture?
Well, no, that's in front of the transportation center. But see, you didn't even notice it. There's this a trolley or a train rendering up high, made out of steel, and with like a cityscape, and they just moved it, so now you see it. And
I see it now, yeah.
It's coinciding nicely with the Beyond Walls project and all the murals about to be taking place in Lynn, and certainly those neon signs going up. So anyway, keep an eye on the North Shore Community College building, and they're going to have a grand opening come fall, I guess. And waterfront development. The Beacon Property Chevrolet is finally about to be developed. But the city just got a $1.2 million fund or grant to fix the intersection there right opposite Market Street, so that now if you're heading south on the Linway or the Carroll Parkway, you can actually take a left into what would be your new residences there. So that's about to break ground come spring. What else we got? Oh, a little sad note here. Our neighbor to the south of Lynn is Revere. And former Mayor Bob Haas died. He, I guess, just succumbed while on vacation. But I got to know Bob a little bit because about 10 years ago I was working for a campaign for a city council candidate down there, and I got to know Bob. And I actually was one of the ones who tried to convince him to running for mayor again. But he didn't do that, but he's just really one of Revere's most...
I think I met him before he was mayor when I was doing some stuff for the Revere Historical Society.
Yeah, and he's been in the city council for years, but he's just one of these activists that climbs up the ladder and became mayor. So even the editorial board of the Item even gave a tribute in their editorial the other day. So we got Wednesday, July 5th. The day after all the events, and there's postmortems here of all the block parties. Here's a full-scale size Jenga. You usually see it in the small box, but this, if you use 2x4s, you can play it in a larger scale. And also, our Senator Markey, who used to be congressman from the Malden area, remember, is named Climate Champ. He's always been my hero for things like the environment and a watchdog for cable TV. Let's see, oh yeah, on the 4th, because Lynn Actually, it's a little anticlimactic on the 4th of July around here because we do all our block parties and celebrations and fireworks the night before. So on the July 4th edition, they can show last evening's fireworks. And I must tell you, it didn't get much mentioned in the paper, but I was at the 7th annual reading of the Frederick Douglass speech, along with family events, food vendors, the best look of the fireworks from around, and we saw fireworks in the surrounding communities from up there till after 11 o'clock at night. So that was at the Highwalk Park. And I hope everybody considers going next year. Because if you go down to the beach, you see the fireworks, they're over, then you got to go home, there's crowds. Up here we have the breeze, and everybody was just having a good time with pony rides and arts and culture, and we had music. Let's see, oh yes, it's summertime program again, the Lynn kids cleaning up with summer jobs. There's a few weeks a year that there's some grants to pay some, I don't know, high school kids, I guess, to do some work around town, usually picking up public areas and things like that, but that's a very good program. I forget what else is in here. Oh yeah, another whole page of all just the block parties. But now that we're after the 4th of July, we're back into just things coming up in July, like the Beyond Walls project is going to be unveiled. They're going to be doing 10 days of the mural program, ending with a big celebration there. So that's the big thing to watch for in our community in July. Got anything you want to talk about this week?
The Lynn Farmers Market started yesterday. And we had, I'm producing the music concerts at the Farmers Market.
And that is when? Thursdays?
Thursdays, the Farmers Market begins at 11, goes from 11 to 3.
And it's in?
It's in Central Square, right in Central Square, underneath the mural, speaking of murals.
All right, okay.
And yesterday we had Julio Barre there.
Well, you know, this is a nice segue because we have just a couple of minutes left, and Dave's going to play an original song and take us out. So until next time, here's David.
All right. Here's a song that I wrote for a wedding that I went to in Mexico. So it's a little cultural appropriation here.
No te hice, estamos aquí bajo la cruz del sur. Sirias y canopas bajo la cruz del sur. Júpiter y Saturn brillan, cielo lleno de la luna. Estrellas brillan claro bajo la cruz del sur. Tú y yo estamos unidos bajo la cruz del sur. En esta bahía mágica, en este día bendito. North and south, here we are, under the Northern Cross. So, until next time, in every way and every day, keep loving Lynn.